Hey everyone, welcome to Scribble Time with Panda, and today we are drawing construction pandas and we are going to use traditional materials here. So I made the theme pretty open-ended today so we can choose all sorts of things that are construction related. So if you guys have anything that you guys would like to see drawn with the pandas, we will do that. So for example, I'm going to start today with an excavator. So let's do that. Before I start, feel free to go visit punchingpandas.com to see more panda art and goodies, and you can visit the shop there. We can get things like stickers, prints, books, including The Panda is Fat and Other Panda Haikus, which is my first book, available in paperback and hardcover, and it's also basically over 40 haikus illustrated and written by me, and featuring Pack the Panda and Randy the Red Panda. Also, Baby Junior Panda makes an appearance as well. And so we also have the Panda is Still Fat and Other Panda Haikus, which features more haikus and also new friends as well. And lastly, we also have things such as plushies, and you can get one. Here's a 6-inch version. And there's also a 10-inch version as well. So, with that being said, let's get started with the. I didn't even get the camera up. I think the plushie looks something like this. There's a little bit of lag, so I can't really see exactly when to put the panda up. But anyways, hopefully you guys are able to see that, and we can get to drawing some construction pandas. Let's go. Sorry for jiggling the camera there and making you guys a little bit nauseous, but we'll get started here. So with the excavator, I'm using reference obviously, but you can kind of break it down into one is like a rectangular shape like so, and then you also have you also have it on tracks, and I'm going to go with something a little bit like so. So first, actually, I'm going to measure this out because I want to make sure I want to actually draw 2 of them on here. So I'm just going to give myself the lower border around this time. Okay. And usually, actually, the body's pretty. So I'm going to try to do a little bit more cartoony. So usually, like half of it is like the cabin, and the other half is the arm being shown. So what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to try to be as well. I'm going to be a little bit looser. I'm not going to be so orthogonal like this, but they are definitely fun to do it more geometric. But well, we'll see. I'll see how much I get myself into trouble doing it this way. So I want to just be able to So I'm just drawing with this, just a regular color pencil. And this is probably around the time when I stop talking. But if you guys have any questions for me, feel free to ask them. I'll be here in the chat. I'll just be here in general, and you guys can just hang out with me if you're doing work at home. Maybe you can listen to the sounds of my voice, talk about anything that is panda related. So yeah, there's probably an opportunity. I could probably be a little bit more cartoony there. Excuse me. So if anybody watching this is interested, I'm normally I would post these onto Instagram afterwards, and if you guys would like to, you guys can purchase the sketch because they have nowhere else to go. And I figured if it's gonna go to someone, you know, I'll provide an opportunity for people to take them home if you like. So I basically will ship these out for free, or the shipping will be free, and you guys can pay what you want, whatever you want, whatever you like, and I can send them out to you ASAP. This where it gets a little bit tricky, but not too much. Just understanding just the basic mechanics of hydraulics. Yeah, sign that. So next we have we'll do a jackhammer panda. Hey Hans, how's it going? Thanks for tuning in. I think, yeah, it's a shame there's not more people. Well, I guess so. Um, it's always the case. I've been thinking a little bit about how to continue with the show because I think it's been beneficial to me just to be in front of the camera every day. Although I think I might try to pare it down just because it would give me a little bit more time to work on some other things. And normally I've been noticing that the middle of the week tends to do a little bit better than the weekends and the Fridays and so forth. So I think what I'm thinking about is to just have these streams available do these streams on just Wednesdays, and so that at least I can focus on other things. Just because it's been a few. I've been on this stream for about what are we going on about over 3 months now, so I think it's probably time to just scale back a little bit. I initially moved it back initially had these at 11, of course, but I think just because of schedule wise, it was difficult for me to make that time work consistently, because I was finding that having to do the stream at 11, I was, I would watch my son in the morning, so it's a little bit difficult when I'm watching him by myself and then I have to go jump on a stream. So I ended up just having scaled it back to, because in the end it actually worked out a little bit better, so I'm not too much in a, because I just don't want to do a stream if I'm like rushing around and feeling like I'm in a hurry. So yeah, so there's that part. Now I want to continue doing these streams also, because like at least I'm getting in front of the camera and at least talking about things and hanging out. I haven't done as many streams on my other channel, which is more of a open studio, but it's so maybe I can focus on there, because at least on that channel I can talk about other things, whereas here it's a little bit more family friendly. So yeah. Okay, one jackhammer panda right there. Okay. But if you guys have suggestions what makes for a better time, I know that in the evenings that's kind of like my next stint of work that I do, and so it might help to just maybe push it back further into the evening. But then I feel like I would lose the East Coast folks. Yeah, so that's a jackhammer. And let's see, construction. What's another one? Maybe we can do. There. Or maybe I switch this to the other side. Yeah, I'm just gonna do that. Just do it this way, or because I want the driver in this. didn't realize I made Pandas so big. Whoops. Oh well. And I also didn't realize I crossed over my barrier here. Whoops. Will that still fit on this page? Ooh, it will not. But it's okay. I can always trim this part off. Or maybe I can make it slightly larger. Wasn't paying attention. Yeah, I'm just gonna leave it at that. I'll find a way to trim that. I think more people, while the lockdown gets less restrictive, start to go out more and don't watch as many of these live streams. I agree. I think that I actually am happy that more people are able to go out. You know, I think it's not natural for us to just stay cooped up, especially when the weather's getting nice and hot too. Let's not forget. And you know, and it's like people need to have social interactions, and I think that kind of goes a long way towards people's just general well-being. You know, just being able to say hi, people have normal interactions, and you know, maybe some people take the risk and like start hugging people, and it's like that stuff does a lot towards, you know, your health. And I think, you know, there's always that thing about placebo effects where it's like, you know, people, you know, they take a placebo and it, you know, they get better because they actually feel like they believe it. You know, I don't know how much that contributes to just social interactions, but I imagine it has some effect. Okay, so cement truck. Let's see what else we got here. What's another construction thing that we can do? We can do... maybe we can do like a construction... maybe we can do... I'm going to skip over this next page. Because that kind of bled over a little bit. How about... let me just mark this up again so I don't get caught up with that. Okay. What else is this construction? Let's do surveyors. Yeah, surveying. Oh yeah. Gotta get your theodolite. I actually wasn't very good at Yeah, I wasn't actually very good at doing surveying. Oh no, it felt. I think it's like it was actually it makes a lot of sense, and you think it would be so straightforward, but for some reason, I just found the course so boring, and I think it part of it had to do with me being really dissatisfied with engineering back in the day, and in school I was really discouraged about wanting to be an artist, and I wasn't really making any progress towards that. So I think that sort of dissatisfaction and being stressed out a lot, I think bled over into my work a little bit, where I just didn't really have any motivation to really continue with my courses, which is funny because like I think with certain with certain courses I got pretty stressed out because of my predicament and how I knew I wanted to be an artist, and yet I would lose, and so that caused me to lose focus on some of my classes, and which is weird, which is kind of funny because like I actually got I got magna cum laude when I was doing engineering, so it was like I still had the drive to really want to do well and or get good grades, because that was something pretty foundational when I was growing up. Like I just had this. I think it was like in third grade, I got a B in a class. My parents said, because in my other courses I would get A's, and my parents kind of were, pointed that out and say like, just you're kind of slipping a little bit. And they weren't tiger parents at all, which is, they weren't the stereotypical Asian parents, but for some reason that kind of stuck with me. And so when I think where it came from is that I felt embarrassed, and I took that embarrassment and I decided I will do the best that I can. And I think most of it started with trying to please my parents, but which is funny because like they weren't really strict on me getting good grades. I think what they wanted to do was just make sure that I was working hard, and so like I just took that and I just kept going with it, and I kept I think in my like I put a lot of my value and worth into getting good grades. So like I think from that point on, from third grade, I probably got 1B or 1A minus, I think, and that carried me all the way through, through high school. So I was a valedictorian, and that also carried a little bit into my work too, because it's like, you're not defined by your grades, you're not defined by how well you do, and yet I put a lot of emphasis in that. So like when I would do homework or when I'd be in school and studying classes, is like, I got really annoyed and really irritable when other people weren't taking the classes seriously. And I think there was something to be said about that, I think there was a good part of that. The good part was that I wanted to do well. The downside of it is that I kind of put more emphasis on the grades versus actually experiencing life, not really knowing how to have fun. And so I think part of that, there's definitely a part of the college experience that I probably missed out on. And so like I probably was kind of a boring kid. I still consider myself a pretty boring person. I play guitar, and I like being a homebody. It's not much. Doesn't take much for me to doesn't take much to please me. It was weird because, like, as much of a basketball fan I was, I never went to a basketball game when I was at Oregon State. I think part of it was because we weren't that great. Which is weird because I actually went to a women's game too. So I'm like, I don't know. Maybe it's just that I just knew I was more of a Blazers fan, so that was what I got more excited about. But at some point, like, when it's like raining and dark and you have to hike through, you have to walk all the way across campus to go to watch a basketball game that you know that they're going to lose. It's kind of like, I mean, I should have gone, but so yeah, like surveying was one of those classes that kind of took a hit, which is weird because when I say it took a hit, I got an A- in it. So I don't really remember much of it, but I just remember this, like, every time I was outdoors when I was at when I was doing engineering, I was just pretty miserable, even though, like, I like the outdoors and I like being outdoors, but I mean I like just nature and such and enjoying it, but I just felt like maybe it was because I felt so anxious about, like, I didn't. No, this is like a therapy session for me. So it's more like I think that doing engineering just wasn't that satisfying to me, and so, like, I just wanted to. The more time that I took away from it, the more anxious I got, which is weird because I went in and got a master's eventually. So it's like it definitely was a product of dragging my feet and not really, like, I wanted to be an artist, but I also was being really lazy about it. So if some of you are listening to this, it's natural for us to feel lazy. It's natural for us to feel lazy, and and if we want something, you have to go get it. And so I'm constantly telling myself to go get it all the time because now being a parent, being a parent for a while, it's like it's a different type of challenge that you have. So I kind of went on a little soapbox there, but hope you guys appreciated that. But surveying is very important. You gotta make sure you get your measurements right, get your field measurements, because you never know. Now, I don't know too much about, so this is my next one. I don't know. I'll admit I'm a little bit out of my league on this one. This is not good cable management. Well, Hans, this is probably why there's not as many people here. If it's just me, just heavily breathing as I'm doing these drawings. So this is an electrician panda. I think we have time for one more. Let's do a Actually, I think there is an empty page over here. Yeah, so this is from my Ninja Turtle sketches a while earlier. So I'm going to put this here to just avoid the smearing. And let's just do It's not a very big bridge. This is like a really tiny girder. But it's okay. All right. Well, I think that we'll call that a show. So, anyways, thanks a lot, guys, for hanging out. So these are construction pandas. We have our placing girder panda. Here's a shredder panda from last week's sketch session with traditional materials. That's a shredder panda from Ninja Turtles, and then we also have excavator panda. We have jackhammer panda. We have a cement truck panda. All sorts of good stuff. So I'll cut these out and have them available if you guys are interested in purchasing it. Just name your price and I'll ship it out to you guys for free. And yeah. So thanks a lot for hanging out with Scribble Time. Thinking about moving this to just once a week. It's probably on Wednesdays because that seems to be the best time to do them. So again, check out punchingpandas.com. And you can see more artwork, and you'll see the coloring sheets available at punchingpandas.com/scribbletime. This is the panda. I hope you guys enjoy this session, and feel free to like this video and comment if you like. That helps me out in this channel. And I'll see you guys again next tomorrow at 2 p.m. Pacific time, and we will have another theme digitally. And so thanks for watching. See you guys.